Hey guys, I'm Emma Wilson, SCA volunteer and your guide to Virtually Wild Communities. So what we do for Virtually Wild Communities is we'll go out to a Houston location and talk to experts who know things about wildlife, who know things about gardens, who know things about everything really, and we'll bring it back to you so you can watch it from the comfort of your own home and stay COVID safe. Knowledge for everybody!
Yeah, my name's Jeremy Peaches. I'm the founder of Fresh Life Organics and the president of RST Bioscience. We grow seasonal organic vegetables, and also we provide sustainable agriculture consulting services. As well, just a tag in, I'm the 4-H extension agent for Harris County. I work with youth all throughout Harris County doing 4-H programs in STEM, robotics, agriculture, healthy living, nutrition, and just a regular community guy. Today here we're at the Shrine Houston at the Shrine Urban Farm. And the Shrine Urban Farm is a building or a space to where we grow using different grow systems, or whether it's aquaponics, hydroponics, or just soil and container gardening. And it's also like a farm co-op. So farmers use this space so we can be able to package and process their products, as well as a training center for Houston AgriPower, the co-op. And like I said, the church basically provided us this land so we can be able to bring these amenities to the farmers within the community. So I'm very excited just to show you guys what we've been working on. We're not fully built out, but this is the beginning of something great of this sustainable building. You can do this anywhere in Houston, anywhere in Texas, anywhere in the world. Today you will see that most of the systems that we've created and developed are all systems that you can grow food in, utilizing the things around your house or some of the things that's inexpensive. So you don't need a lot of money, you don't need a lot of education literally to grow your own food using these different systems. And also growing in the city and urban environments with limited space, sometimes you aren't able to grow this huge in the farm, but you can grow using these different type systems to be able to feed your family or provide some additional income. So one of our systems that we have here out of the three or the four is an NFT or horizontal type aquaponic or hydroponics type system. So what happens is you have all these 10-foot or 20-foot PVC pipes that's basically holding plants within them, right? And these plants are basically grown and transplanted with all these different mediums, right? So in this inside of this casing, and this casing is placed inside of the horizontal system, and the water is being recirculated throughout the main tank. And once it's recirculated, if gravity feeds down into another tank to where it's steadily being recirculated. So this is a horizontal recirculating aquaponic or hydroponic system per se. This one was built out of NFT. It was quite inexpensive versus spending thousands of dollars on a system online or that probably wasn't produced in the US. And this system can hold up to 400 or 500 different plants. You can grow leafy greens, you can grow herbs, you can't grow root crops in these, but you can grow these type things or supplemental type ornamental flowers or vegetables. Again, and it's very inexpensive versus spending thousands of dollars on a pre-made system. Well, this is kale, it's a seedling, it's only been here about a few weeks. You can grow cilantro, you can grow arugula, you can grow kale, you can grow Swiss chard, you can grow lettuces, you can grow, did I say cilantro? Yes, I said cilantro. So
The cilantro is great, so we have to
you can grow basil. Yes. Yeah. So, most of your leafy greens or most of your green type herbs you can be able to grow. But your root crops, not so much when using this particular type system because it's very limited in terms of space. If you try to grow a carrot because it's a rooting crop, it will actually stunt. You will have a lot of the green portion of the carrot because it's a group or a dual type crop. It will grow high, but the bottom portion to where the actual carrot itself, it wouldn't grow just because you're very limited in terms of space. So what we're looking at today is a deep water culture hydroponic system. So deep water culture means that it basically holds a large amount of water, and you have these floating rafts.
What?
So you have all these different lettuces on this one floating raft. And this floating raft actually sucks up the nutrients from the bottom, and the roots are continuing to grow, and the plant is continuing to grow while it's floating. And this system holds about 400 to 500 different plants, and it's only an 8 by 16 foot space. And the water is steady being recirculated throughout the main tank, and it's being aerated as well with this aerator. So this aerator provides oxygenation to all the different plants inside of this system, and it allows the plants to have healthy oxygen as well. And what happens is, once the plant is finished being harvested, we take these plants out and package them, and then we add more plants to them. So it's pretty much like a floating raft system. So this is another way where you can grow aquaponically or hydroponically, and this is one of the most common or original ways to grow using aquaponics or hydroponics. Similar to the horizontal type system, you can grow your lettuces, your leafy greens, your kales, your Swiss chard. So growing aquaponically and hydroponically in most of the systems, those are the main key things you can grow, your leafy greens, right? Just because in terms of depth as in traditional soil is not as much as these types of sustainable systems. You can grow tomatoes in a deep water culture system,
okay.
And also you can grow it inside of the vertical type system, but it's kind of harder to grow within these systems just because it's only water underneath. So it's nothing really holding the roots of a tomato plant, and the tomato plant is very strong. Okay. When they grow, kind of wild.
So it needs that soil.
It needs that soil to hold the base. Another thing we do here at the Shrine Urban Farm is we're kind of like a co-op for all the African American farmers within the community. And what we do is we bring in all the products from the different farms or small urban gardens, and we package them, we process them, either we freeze them and we make some type of value-added products. And the great part about that is we're able to sell throughout our networks the farmers' products, just because when you're inside of an urban city, you don't have large farms. So these small farms will still be able to produce nutritious, fresh vegetables and get them out to the community in a short amount of time by working within the co-op model. They might not have freezers to be able to store it. They might not have these washing systems to be able to wash, or the distribution networks to be able to sell their products. So not only are we producing food here at the Shrine Urban Farm, we're actually packaging and production other farmers' products through the co-op model. So we're just co-oping. Here are our refrigerators. We have some of our farmers' cucumbers. Right now, from last season, we usually make pickles with these. We have some turnips here that we're going to be able to sell as well. And inside of our freezers, we freeze a lot of our products. These are leafy greens. So a lot of mothers or grandmothers, they don't necessarily have to wash their food because we've already washed them. They can actually just put their vegetables or their food inside of a pot and provide whatever seasoning or herbs that they need, and they can just cook without actually going through the process of cleaning and washing.
Cool.
Just continue to have as many products and refrigeration that we can. We need more refrigerators. We're getting 2 more this week, but The more refrigerators mean more products, and that means more healthy, nutritious food for the community. This is actually a food desert. It's not a grocery store and 5 to 7 miles from here. So this is what really kind of fueled and excelled this model for this community, a historical community at that. Because I mean, not having access to fresh, nutritious vegetables creates all kind of problems in health, like diabetes or diabetes or cancer. So especially not having a grocery store is nothing but fast food restaurants around here. So one of our main things too is to be able to decrease some of our health outcomes, increase some of our good health outcomes for some of our community residents and also for the church. Okay, so we have another deep water culture system or a grow bed, and it could be an aquaponic or a hydroponic system. But what happens is this tank, which is like a water storage tank, is actually cut in half, and the water is at the bottom where the fish or nutrients can be at the bottom, and we have a pump on here that's being pumped up and back down into the grow bed, and the grow bed holds all these different plants, right? And they're being provided nutrients and held by these clay pebbles. So these clay pebbles, which are very porous and they hold a lot of nutrients, the roots, as you can see, attached to them, which allows the plant to continue to grow at an immense rate. So inside of this grow bed, which we still need to plant out, you see it's water at the bottom, the water that's being recirculated, right? So these plants, all you have to do is take your transplant and literally stick it in the inside and cover it up and allow it to grow, at whatever rate that it needs to grow. Now this is a vertical aquaponic system from RST Bioscience, and this system holds about 110 plants, and at the bottom here is like a kiddie pool or a reservoir that's holding the water, and the water is being pumped up from a 2-gallon horsepower pump, and it's being gravity fed back down, and it's being held in place by different nutrients or different nets in the inside of the tower. And here in this tower, we're growing lettuces and onions and kale. And another great thing about these is that it's very easy to be able to plant in, right? So you either can put those same clay pebbles inside of here and seed, or you can just take plants or your transplants and stick them in the inside to where it can continue to grow. Another awesome piece, if you were doing like hydroponics, this is called duckweed. And duckweed is something that fish eat, and it's like a nutrients for your system or for fish if they was inside of it. So you would call this like vegan or organic lettuce for fish, this duckweed, right? So this system or all these systems are different ways where you can grow sustainably using inexpensive materials, but also they all need the same nutrients just like traditional soil or traditional grow plants. The thing about growing aquaponics, hydroponics, and sustainably, it's very important because right now it's like a week before Thanksgiving and it's about 80 degrees outside, which is not normal. So a traditional farm or a traditional farmer needs that cold weather to be able to grow his crops. But because of global warming or whatever we're going through here in the environment or just in the world, the seasons aren't the seasons anymore. Especially in Texas, it's always hot. But when you have 11 to 12 months or a full year of full heat, you're actually not getting a fall or a winter season, which is not good in terms of economics and in terms of the environment, pests, plants, or just people or farmers that's trying to grow their own food, because you may plan to plant some of your leafy greens or cold weather crops in the fall, but because it's so hot, you don't have that opportunity or availability. So we want to be able to be dual and be able to be resilient and sustainable in terms of the weather and urbanization. The last system is in the systems that everybody know about is the traditional raised beds. So to be able to utilize things that we have around us in the environment to grow food, these are old church pews that we turned into raised beds. And I mean, we didn't have to do anything but add like backs to them so we could have the soil. But inside of these beds, and all we're doing is growing like traditional herbs, ornamental flowers, and a few vegetables to be able to, enhance or show that all these different growing systems within that we have here, someone could use, or we could utilize them to teach and educate about growing your own food. So these are old church pews we turned into raised beds. We turned the old shelf into a raised bed. And we just want to show, like, hey, you can grow in containers. You can grow in pots. This is moringa. You can grow using old pews or old, shelves and desks that you can use. And that's how we really just want to show that, it's
awesome.
More than one way to grow, and try to utilize the things around you to be able to produce food and help the environment. Call to action, I'll give you 3. Save the trees, save the water, and no people are truly free unless you grow your own food. So we have all the resources here in Houston and inside of one of the largest urban cities in America to make changes in these food deserts and bring awareness to some of the issues that we have environmentally. So my name is Jeremy Peaches, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to connect with the CEC today. And remember, you hold the key to your future.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with everybody you know, because we want to spread the world about the wild things you can find in your own backyard. If your curiosity has not been sated yet, don't forget to check our description for book descriptions. We have a partnership with Houston Public Library, and they can get you even more books on this topic, and also to visit our website at hereinhouston.org. Thank you guys. Bye.